Mic works. How you going, everybody? Dusty Bogan here, hitting up a bit of afternoon news. I've got a little bit of time before I head off to the fucking gym. I just signed up at the gym. Black Lungs inspired me, mate. The Black Lungs Olympics, sorry. With all the basketball and ping pong and kicking a footy around and that. Not a lot of, it's all good. That bloke has not done any exercise for a long time because he broke his back. And we're doing a little bit of light exercise. Good for him. And I thought, fuck it, I'll go to the gym again. Anyway, read the news. I don't even know what site we're on. I thought, let's just do it. I've been out of a good routine for a while. Chilling out. I'll read you some headlines. This is the Daily Telegraph. Millions ordered to flee monster storm. Mandatory evacuation order. Oh, yeah. That's pretty full on. Hong Kong trains thrown into chaos. No bloody wonder with all them fucking crazy bastards. I hope you've seen all the action on the weekend. We went to the Hong Kong rally in Brisbane. It was real good, eh? We met some pretty good people. They seem good, the Chinese Hong Kong fucking based, you know what I mean? They love Australia. I mean, all them guys are just here. Most of them, they were just all students, but they were legends. And I wasn't really following it much, but we got legends at my work who, the Vietnamese mate, he follows it because he fucking hates communism, so he knows what's going on there. The funny thing is about the rally on the weekend for me, the dude told us, he's like, oh, yeah, have you read this thing or seen videos about, it's like China's point system thing, and they have fucking, I don't know, they've got 5 million extra cameras on the streets, and they got your photo and video imaging bloody technology, so they stalking. It's like living in a prison. These dudes in Hong Kong, these young students, they said to me, they're like, yeah, the Chinese students in Brisbane, right? They had a meeting or a rally at that uni, and the Chinese students who were faithful to the Communist Party, they're all what they say. They were coming up to them and taking photos and uploading it, and they're like, holy shit, man, that's a bit intimidating. Where are the comments? There we go. Thanks for tuning in, mate. Proud of you, boy. Dusty Los Angeles Proud Boy checking in. Cheers, mate. And old buddy Deadbeat the Legend. I'm going to try to do some more afternoon chats. Afternoon news. Anyway, yeah, this dude from Hong Kong, he was telling me. He's like, they came up to him. In Brisbane City, they had a rally at the university, and they're like, oh, they did a fucking raising awareness of what the hell's going on over there. 60 students from Hong Kong, and guess what? 200 Chinese students rocked up, trying to intimidate them and silence them. That's pretty full on. That made the news, and then these same students, Hong Kong students, did a rally in Brisbane. So they're telling me the Chinese guys are taking photos of their faces, uploading it online, because they actually have that points-based facial recognition thing in fucking China. He said to me, one of the guys, he's like, yeah, the guys actually pulled down one of these poles with the fucking cameras and shit, and they opened it up and had a look, and the Prime Minister or whatever he is in Hong Kong said, oh, no, them cameras aren't hooked up to the internet. They're not connected to the system, the Chinese bloody facial recognition system, right? But they were like, well, that must be a lie because they fucking pulled the pole down and they opened it up and it was all connected to the internet. So that was interesting. So, yeah, here's a headline. Hong Kong trains thrown into chaos. Powerful movement. Hong Kong pro-democracy protests are targeting the subway after violent scenes saw police beat a crowd inside a train. Holy damn. I fucking believe it, mate. What have we got? Another shooting in America. High school student among Texas dead. Mass shooting, as details of some of the 7 victims of a mass shooting in Texas were made public US news outlets have also named the gunman. Are you fucking joking me? Not again. It's mighty crazy. Where the fuck do my comments pop up on this? I can't see them. I'll have to open up my YouTube here. And I'm trying to film a different way. I'm just filming it off my tablet. I hope my sound's alright. How the fuck? Give me a second here. Bang! Now I can read your bloody comments. Here you go. Deadbeat. Just heading out to work. Popped in to say g'day. Dusty peace. Thanks, Deadbeat. You're a fucking legend, mate. Anyway, we'll keep reading news. The headlines. And if anything grabs me attention, I'll hook right in. Poland calls for World War II what do they call it? Fucking reparations. Reparations. Poland calls for reparations on the 80th anniversary of World War II, with the powerhouse of Europe accused of having more concern for its budget. That's so funny. I reckon, the Germans, they fucking capitulate and bend over backwards with their, guilt complex. So, good on you, Poland. You might as well cash in on the bloody, fuck, what have I got here? Some fucking ad popping up. You might as well bloody hit up the Germans and be like, you fucking owe us, you pieces of shit. Anyway, we can't blame the Germans for World War II. It was the Nazi party, and they all got killed. So, who are you going to I don't believe in reparations. I think that's bullshit. But, in saying that, it's good to shit stir the Germans, I think, for that. Just for the hell of it, Here we go. What's it say? 80 years after the first Nazi bombs fell on Poland, echoes of the blast can be heard in the bickering between Warsaw and Berlin over the possibility of billions of euros in war reparations. Holy fuck. Can you believe it? Jeez, man, if they start that shit, are we all going to be like, we're all got to say something like, we'll be like, hey, mate, I want to get reparations from, the Romans, the fucking Saxons, the Vikings, the English, all the civil wars, and, find some fucking convict blood. Maybe on my dad's side. I was born in New Zealand, but my granddad was born in Australia, and then he migrated to New Zealand. Fucking, you never know. Could be some convict heritage somewhere in there. Nah. Just get the fucking victim, jump on the victim bandwagon. Nah. Anyway, let's read more about this. It was only, thanks for tuning in, fucking people are watching. Tell me what you reckon in the comments section if you've got any news articles you want me to look up and rant about. We're reading this about the Polish wanting reparations for World War II. It was only recently that neighbours, allies within NATO and the European Union had appeared to have turned the page on World War II. But that changed with the 2015 election of Poland's Law and Justice Party, which sees wariness of the EU and Germany as a useful political tool, and the right-wing party has reopened discussions on reparations. I guess you might as well cash in. You've got these left-wing victim mentality. Well, I guess all they are is social justice warriors who are like, oh my God, we want to make the world a fucking perfect place, which is impossible. You have to get rid of all the people to do that, because we just keep fucking things up. It's in our nature. We're going to make mistakes. But anyway. But yeah, the Germans have got that guilt complex to the max. You know what I mean? And they fucking can't get past... They can't get past the fucking mistakes of their ancestors. Get over it. I thought they were supposed to be Christian. You know what I mean? They have a good Christian history, the German people. Go pick up the fucking Bible and learn about forgiveness. Start forgiving yourself. Number one. Jesus Christ. They're fucking pathetic. Anyway, let's keep reading this. Should I jump in the comments section and see if anyone said it? Nah. I need to build this bloody live reading of news up again. I've been such a fucking slack ass. Here we go. Poland has yet to receive proper compensation from Germany. We lost 6 million people over the course of the war, many more than did countries that received major reparations. What? I didn't really know that. I think I was aware that the French got reparations or whatever. And the Germans had to pay for the rebuild of. But yeah, I'll have to brush up on the bloody history of this. Probably not. Nah. Anyway, we lost 6 million people. Blah blah blah. Polish Prime Minister, not even going to attempt to pronounce his name, said earlier this month, blah. It's not fair. This can't continue. What is he talking about? The issue in 2017, and since then, a parliamentarian commission has been working on a new analysis of the extent of Polish wartime human and material losses. Holy fuck. The figures could be even higher than those drawn up by Poland in 1947, which are equivalent to around 850 billion, $1.26 trillion, I think American today, according to the commission. What the fuck? It's been so many years since the war ended, and Germany hasn't reflected on its past. Holy fuck. They're like the biggest fucking guilt complex nation on planet Earth. Fucking hell. Yeah, maybe they should like give up on trying to, we need to fucking love all the refugees. And give up on that shit and pay back the fucking Polish for what you did. You pieces of shit. It's, yeah. They haven't reflected on its past. It's more concerned with the stability of its budget than with observing the democratic guidelines of the rule of law and respect human rights. Oh, fuck. He claims discrimination. Jeez, they've jumped on the bandwagon. They're playing the game, aren't they? It's like, that's the funny thing about the PC political correct bullshit in this world. You know what I mean? It's like they keep saying all this fucking bullshit. Now, finally, Poland's like, hang on. They're rewriting the rules with all the PC madness, so we might as well cash in on that. Can you blame them? Can't fucking blame them. We're going to need to ask for special fucking, everyone in Australia, we should just, get a fucking DNA test. Be like, yes, I have fucking ancestry connection to the convicts, and I want reparations. I want the same rights as an Aboriginal. You know what I mean? Just claim the victimhood and cash in on the PC, political correct, fucking social justice warrior weaklings. We need to cash in on the foolishness. You know what I mean? Everyone's going to have to just jump on the bandwagon. Fucking fill up our bank accounts, mate. We'll take gold or Bitcoin, whatever you want. Haha. What am I got? Yeah, someone. Static Void. Yeah. Thanks for bloody commenting, mate. My comments like even. What the fuck's going on here? Yeah. Can I shill my channel? You're cool. Yeah, mate. Go for it. What's your fucking channel name, mate? Tell me all about it. I'll give you a shout out. Where the fuck was I? Wrong fucking article. Anyway, I think because I got my buddy, I just like trolling. Good on you, mate. That's fucking excellent. Anyway, Where was I? Where was I reading this shit? Oh, now I'm fucking distracted by the comments section. Here we go. I'm getting back into it. Reparations closed. That's what it says. Mr. Whatever his fucking name is, during ceremonies in the Western. I can't even pronounce any of this shit. Where the war first battled was fought that the. Anyway, we get the fucking idea. We know what you're saying. You just want to put your fucking hand up. Berlin has accepted responsibility for Nazi war atrocities, but routinely rejects demands for reparations, be they from Poland or Greece. Yeah, they should fucking be like, right, pay for it. You need to fucking put your hand up, Germany. Close the borders and start fucking looking after Europeans who you fucked up during World War Two, instead of helping these refugees, mate. You know what I mean? Charity starts at home, Germany. Pull your fucking heads in. The German government position remains unchanged. The matter of German reparations is legally and politically closed, said the government. Oh, bullshit. They need to keep hammering that. Every time they let in more fucking refugees or another boatload or whatever, what they need to do is just be like, hey, Germany, we still want them reparations. Just fucking keep bashing that drum. You know what I mean? Keep being that squeaky wheel, demanding some grease. Anyway, I'm over that article. I'll jump in the comment section for a little bit. Where are we going? What do you think of Chris Lilly? Who the fuck's Chris Lilly again? I'm Danish. Who the fuck's Chris Lilly? I'm going to Google it. I'll probably get the wrong Chris Lilly. Fucking there we go. Oh yeah, he's a legend, mate. Chris Lilly, the dude who did Angry Boys and what was his last show called? I fucking forget. Lunatics. That was fucking so good, man. And how good is it that kid who goes to the UK? If you've seen Lunatics, go watch it. It's on Netflix. And there's like a guy, this young kid, he gets sent to the UK to be like an earl. It's like he's going to inherit a fucking castle. And he actually wears a blue fucking hat like this. And I was like, you a bastard. He's trying to fucking rip me off. What a piece of shit. Yeah, and if you haven't seen Angry Boys, mate, you better get on to fucking Angry Boys. It's hilarious. Jonah from Tonga, Angry Boys, they're all awesome. And I mean, the good thing about Chris Lilly is like the dude is he's pushing up against this pushing back against the fucking political correct bullshit that's going on. Like I'm pretty sure that's the whole point of Lunatics, you know what I mean? He's just taking the piss. He's sledging everyone. And watch Angry Boys. Like, this is the stupidest thing. Like, in Jonah, he dresses up as like a Tongan kid. And he's fucking there having a laugh. And do you hear any Tongans or Islanders complaining? They're like, nah, it's fucking funny. How good is it? Hilarious. And I watched the Dave Chappelle Sticks and Stones on the weekend. So that was brilliant too. That was so hilarious. If you haven't seen Dave Chappelle's new Netflix Sticks and Stones, get onto that. It's like, you know what I mean? These comedians are fucking pushing back against the bloody political correct madness. I always thought, when I grew up, so I went to school, finished high school 2005. And it was Jackass. It was the Chappelle Show. It was bloody South Park, American Dad, all these Family Guy, fucking all these mad shows, which were funny as everyone got everyone was getting sledged. They took the piss out of everyone, and no one gave a fuck. No one complained about them shows. And then for some reason, I can't understand it. I think to myself, what happened? When I was in school, everyone fucking had a laugh. This political correct bullshit didn't exist. And I thought to myself, I just think to myself, I'm so glad Dave Chappelle stood up. I'm so glad Dave Chappelle's like fucking, he's the black messiah. You know what I mean? Coming in to fucking get the balance right again, man. Like I said, I always say, I used to think black people were cool when it was like the Chappelle show and all this fucking, I mean, D12 and Eminem and all these fuckers, and you're like, yeah, they were fucking cool. They weren't beating the victim drum. They weren't being fucking pathetic losers like that. But you know what? Maybe Dave Chappelle is going to redeem fucking African American culture for me, because he's been a fucking absolute legend. Yeah, Islanders can take a joke. Yeah, bloody oath, mate, in the comment section. Yeah, Islanders are fine. They fucking don't care. You have a beer. The good thing is, you got some cultures that get on fucking brilliantly with us. And I think Islanders are legends. They play rugby, love a beer, they go to church. There must be something good about that. It's a good combination. And then we all, I got my mate, Fijian, made a job with me, and he's a bloody awesome worker. He's a good lad. Fucking, he lived with me for a bit, and then got him a job years later. Anyway, what else am I fucking reading? We're done with the Polish trying to get reparations. Fucking done there. I couldn't be bothered reading about the mass shooting. I kind of don't really like reading about that shit, because it's like, you can't laugh about that, can you? There's nothing funny about that. It's fucking disgusting. Same as that pedophile cunt who hung himself in the prison. I was like, after the last mass shooting and that pedophile dude, I was like, fuck, the news headlines are bombarded with this shit. And that's when I was like, I'm just going to have a bit of a break from reading the news. Because what's the point when all you get in the news cycle for a week is fucking mass shootings and pedophilia? And you're like, that's fucking disgusting. I don't want to talk about that shit. Anyway, where was I? I'll read a few headlines here, see if we find something decent. US-China trade war dramatically escalates. The world's two largest economies have imposed new tariffs on each other as their trade wars intensify, stoking fears of a global slowdown. Jesus Christ. We're so money hungry. I love spending money, you know what I mean, and getting out there, and I think to myself, what the fuck? These fucking ads pop up. I need to mute this laptop. Mute it. Shut the fuck up. It won't even let me mute it. I'm putting it on 0. There we go. Won't have that problem again. Yeah, oh mate. Doesn't matter how much money you earn, if you fucking, it's so easy to burn through it. I'll tell you that much. So, yeah, if a recession happens or a slowdown happens and you're like, back, not getting as many hours or whatever, not getting as many contracts, we all feel it, and we're like, fuck. But we've got to cash in on that shit and drink sacks of goon and play backyard cricket and go with the flow for a bit and just enjoy. If we have a slowdown, you just got to enjoy it. Roll with the punch. Roll with the punches, you know what I mean? Just go with it. Enjoy it. Enjoy not working so much. If anything, we all work too much, so let's face it. Anyway, let's read about these fucking tariffs and shit. They're on. US and China impose new tariffs as trade war intensifies. China and United States have begun imposing additional tariffs on each other's goods. The latest escalation in a bruising trade war, despite signs talks will resume sometime this month. China has begun imposing additional tariffs on some of the US goods on a $75 billion target list. The extra 5% and 10% tariffs were levied on 1,717 items of the total 5,000 blah, blah, blah products. Organization from the US. Anyway, let me fucking read. Meanwhile, the US imposed 15% tariffs on a portion of 300 billion in goods from the Asian giant that so far has been spared. What the fuck? So are they on? Meanwhile, the US imposed 15% tariffs. Yeah. Anyway, fucking hell, we'll see how it goes. You wonder, like, it's probably worth doing in the short term to be like, hey, you can't rip us off, because China, like, didn't Trump just say initially, he's like, we're going to have a mirror tariff system, whatever percent tariff they put on us, we're going to put on them. So it's only fair. Let's face it. Who are you backing for the Rugby World Cup? Jeez, mate, I back Australia, but the Kiwis will probably win. Nah, I don't know. I haven't really been following much sports, but I'm going to bloody have a crack at it. And I'm going to start following more sports, Because sometimes, mate, because for years I've been working a lot and volunteering a lot, and I'm finally like just working one job. The last 10, 12 years, I've been volunteering and working two jobs. So I'm like, now, of the last fucking 3 months, first time in my life since I finished school, this is the easiest it's ever been. It's the cruisiest it's ever been. That's why I'm going back to the gym. I'm like, geez, I stopped going to the gym 10 years ago when I started concreting. I think I went to the gym for 2 years when I started concreting. And then I was just like, fuck it. Can't do it. It's too much. But now, I think I got the balance right. I'm going to go back to the gym, and I need to start following sports again. Do you know what I mean? Because it is good. As long as there's no politics in it. Like, fuck. I mean, rugby union, then they did all that bullshit with Israel Folau. So you think to yourself, like, fuck you. To these, political correct bullshit losers who run who are ruining these sports. Really, they're ruining fucking sports by introducing politics into it. But then, for me, it's like I play a bit of backyard sports here and there with black lungs and all that. Get around and think to yourself, geez, it's fun. It's so good for you. So that's inspired me to get involved in sports and weights again. Anxious Aussie. Met some of your Sydney Proud Boys at the New South Wales anti-abortion rally. Very nice young chaps. Oh, that's good, mate. The boys always get amongst it. I think they went to Friday, on the weekend, the Proud Boys went to the Melbourne chapter went to a rally for the Hong Kong people. And the Brisbane chapter, we went to support the Hong Kong people as well. And the Sydney boys have been going to the anti-abortion rally, so we've been getting amongst it, you know what I mean? And that's the truth of it, mate. Like you said, they're all very nice chaps, and that's right. I've been in the Proud Boys for 2 years now, and they're a bunch of fucking legends, mate. Just good mates who are like, I reckon they're good role models for me. There's so many good men in there, and I'm like, geez, they're top blokes who I could look up to and learn a bit about. Like, just learn how to do life well. Good guys. And anyone's welcome to join. As long as you share, the love of Western civilization, then you're in, mate. That's how the Proud Boys discriminate. We discriminate against people who don't love Western culture and women. Trannies, women, and people who don't love Western culture. That's it. That's who we discriminate. We discriminate because of you have to be a man, born a biological man, and be a man. So you can't be like a man who's chopped his dick off. You can't do that. You have to be a real man to be a Proud Boy. And you have to love the West. And I reckon all these people at the top, these bloody Hong Kong students, they love the West. They are legendary. Like so many different groups I've met over the years. Where the heck am I? I'll promote you, Static Void. Thanks, bro. Jeez, that's great. Anxious Aussie. They said I can't because I'm a chick. Biological males only. Yeah, that's right. You have to be a man. Anyway, we'll keep reading this trade war. Is it a bit boring to read about this stuff? More than $250 billion worth of China's $540 billion in exports to the US. So, yeah, 371 billion American dollars. And China's exports to the US are already subject to tariffs. Trump's announcement earlier this month drew a retaliatory move from Beijing, which said it would target 75 billion in US goods beginning in part on September 1. Hundreds of US companies and professional groups have appealed to the Trump administration to postpone the new tariffs, saying they would destroy jobs and place a burden on consumers. Maybe they'll... I'm sure I kind of trust Donald Trump in this. And I think, like, sometimes you got to have defer gratification. You got to, like, have a little bit of... You got to make some sacrifices in the, short term for long term overall prosperity. Do you know what I mean? I think that's what Trump is trying to do. He's trying to be like, hang on a minute, you're ripping us off, and we're fucking serious. We're over this, and we're gonna even up the score a bit. So I think Trump is onto it. It could go either way, but let's face it, these Chinese people are working probably in it's like third world conditions, man, as if they're like getting paid or have as good workers conditions as us. That's why it's so fucking dirt cheap. And they probably don't follow any environmental standards. They put fucking poison and using like dodgy chemicals and that no one wants. How's it going, mate? I'm bloody good. Thank God you and I are not short. Hey there, Dusty. G'day, Lisa. Thanks for tuning in. What's the time over there, Lisa? Let me know. Yeah, and guess what? I haven't drank any moonshine in like 2 weeks. We went to the last Proud Boys meet, and I was like, before I left to go in the meet, I was like, bang, mixed up my moonshine. I had it 95% in my big jug, and I poured it into my bottle. I watered it down a bit. I tested it, and it said 40%. And then I was like, oh yeah, that'll do. I reckon when I got there, I was smashing it. Bang, bang, bang. I had 2 bottles. I thought, I watered them down. I thought that would be like 30%. And I was fucking hooking in, bang, 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 drank it for like 3 hours. I probably drank a whole bottle. And then I sat down, we had a barbecue, and I was like, geez, I was just wasted. Went to sleep, and I threw up. I was sick. I woke up, chunded. I was like, fuck, just wiped me out. So I think because I've mixed it up too strong, and I was like, fuck that, I need to have a break on the moonshine for a bit. So I gone 2 weeks without hooking into the moonshine. 11:39 p.m, mate. Staying up late. Is it better if I do my videos earlier? Like, it's 4:40 now in the afternoon, Australian time. Is it better for you Americans if I do it now? Obviously, it's better to do it earlier when I knock off work, eh? I'll have to do it. I'm going to try and get my consistency back and pump out afternoon news for a bit. Chunder from Down Under. Yeah, mate, that was me. And I was just like, fuck this. I felt so fucked. I reckon I drank one bottle of moonshine. It was probably the equivalent of drinking like 2 bottles. And I was just fucked. And I had like a headache for like fucking 2 weeks after that. So, I mean, I'm feeling a bit better now. Just got wiped out on the moonshine. ADV China is a good channel for China info. They're pretty objective. Yeah. Oh shit, what am I doing? I'm reading the comment section for a bit before we jump in this. What have I done? Done something wrong. I used to drink a bottle a day. Good times. Damn, Static Void. The living legend, mate. Regan, how you going, bro? It's been a while. I'm going to start trying to get my consistency back. I've had a bit of a fucking break. I'm going to try to do like 4:30 or 4 o'clock. How long have I been live for? I don't even know. 36 minutes. Yeah, I'll try 4 o'clock, pump out a bit of afternoon every day for a bit, try to get my consistency back. 50% of Americans live on the East Coast. It's 3 hours later there than here. Holy shit. So it's like fucking 2:30 in the morning or something. Far out. Anxious Aussie, do you tip the top of your moonshine? Yeah. Apparently the shine can develop a bit of a methanol, but it sits at the top of the bottle. Dead set. Yeah, I take the methanol out when I do my still, when I do my batching. What I'm going to do, I've got another brew ready to go. So I'm thinking maybe Wednesday, Arvo, I might do a bloody... I'll have to cook up another batch of homebrew, and I might just put what I've got in there, what I've still got there. I got about 12 litres sitting there. I'm just going to run it back through the still, double distill it, and try and make a decent batch. Because my last batch was my last 2 batches are like the roughest moonshine. It's like the filthiest bogan moonshine you'd ever drink in your life. So you tip out the first inch. Yeah, I tip out the first. It recommended I tip out the first 50 mil, and I tip out the first 200 mil. But they reckon, my mates who I've been learning a bit more about making moonshine, and they reckon you should take it's called the head in the tail out of when you still it. Say if you still it for 4 hours or something, they reckon you just the first half hour take out, and then just turn your still off early. So only do it for about half an hour, and then you get a better quality booze. So I'm going to do that this time round. I'm going to knock the head and the tail off, and maybe double distill it and try get a better quality moonshine, because that last batch, it knocked me around a bit, eh? And I was stupid. I was just fucking knocking back shots all the time. If you use a reflux still, you chuck the first bit. Yeah, that's what I do, mate. Or use it for cleaning alcohol. That's right. Legendary, mate. Thanks for all your help in my booze drinking. How's Mrs. Bogan being, Dusty? Yeah, she's going great. We've been loving life. Started going to the gym again. So the Dusty Sheila was like, I'm going to the gym. And I'm like, right, I'll fucking come with you. So we can go to the gym together, which is always good fun. Watching Survivor. Australian Survivor's on. That's we fucking love watching that. Mate, I can't complain. I'm living a pretty bloody good life. You know what I mean? Got a good missus and that. Good mates. I can't fucking complain. Thanks, Lisa, for caring, eh? That head bit is poison. Yeah, I'm thinking that's what I've done, man. I reckon I did a rough batch, and I've been drinking the same batch for a few months, and I reckon I just slowly... I never, usually if I have a few after work moonshines, it's all good, and it's just like bang, bang, bang. I don't get too wasted. But from now on, I'm not going to have a fucking big night on the moonshine. If I'm going to have a big night, I'm just sticking to beers. I'm not doing it again. It just wipes you out. At work early, listening with a coffee and a ciggy. Hey, you legend deadbeat. Fucking top bloke. Your wife's such a sweetheart. Yeah, she's fucking legend, mate. I'm drinking, but I'm cool. Alright, let's just fucking jump in here on this. Bit more news. Fuck the tariffs and shit. We can't change any of this. I mean, I'm just a working class bloke. So whatever happens around the world, it's just like, you're fucked, aren't you? Essentially. We're just like, yeah, pay taxes and pray to God they don't send you to fucking war to fight for these stupid pricks. But yeah, we've got to hold our feet, them accountable. What's this article? Here we go. Where in heaven is the Pope? Caught up. It was the Vatican firefighters and not God who came to the rescue when Pope Francis got stuck in an elevator, delaying his Sunday service. What a fucking monkey. Where the fuck is it? Thousands of people were gathered at St. Peter's Square for the traditional Sunday on the dot of noon appearance by the Pope. We're watching for the window of the Apostle Palace to be thrown open so they could listen to the Pope remarks and receive his blessing. That'd be pretty fucking sweet. But after 7 minutes, people were looking at each other. No Pope. Then Francis popped out and answered their questions. First of all, I must excuse myself for being late. I was blocked in an elevator for 25 minutes, apparently referring to an electrical power. Francis explained that there was blah, 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 a drop in tension causing the elevator to get stuck. Whatever fucking you reckon, mate. Thank God the firefighters intervened, Francis said. Anyway, mate, good on ya. Bet you fucking, he was in there and he was shitting his pants. Why? But, maybe that's how God answers our prayers, just by normal ways. Like the firefighters come in and save the fucking day. Such is life. Should have just taken a minute to fucking do the rosary beads. Nah. What else have we got in here? Any other fucking news? Tiffany responds to fat claims. Trump's daughter. She ain't fat anyway. That's bullshit. Tiffany Trump's... I hate how people write some of these articles, eh? It's just fucking like a tongue-twisting nightmare. Write your articles for fucking normal people. Tiffany Trump has issued a cryptic response to the uproar over her father's alleged comments about her weight gain. Tiffany, 25, posted a quote on an Instagram story by the ancient philosopher Rumor, I don't know if that's how you say it, amid claims by a close aide that Donald Trump was embarrassed by his daughter's weight. Oh, fuck off. That's bullshit. She has no weight issue at all. I reckon it's just this aide trying to be a bitch. Because I was reading something today about this aide who come out and said Trump said something about the weight of his daughter. And apparently that bitch is like furious that Trump sacked her and said, I'll do everything I can to fucking get the president impeached and all this crap. So, like, we can't trust that bitch. She's just a fucking liar. And I've seen some photo of her. I'm looking at a photo of her now. No, she's fine. Jesus Christ, mate. No one wants a skinny rake woman. They're lying to you. When the people, like all the stick thin models out there that are fucking, on every magazine, all this bullshit, all the stick thin models. Do you know what I think that is? I think it's like pedophile fucking weirdos in control of the modeling agencies who are like putting out an image. They're like, it's like these women, they don't look like women. These models don't look like women. They're just fucking sticks. They look like children. It's fucking disgusting. So no woman should be ashamed of having a little bit of fucking meat on them. You know what I mean? Because these pedophiles who run the bloody modeling agencies and all this shit, they just fucking want to normalize this, try to, I don't know, what are they trying to do? Brainwash people into finding, an adolescent figure attractive? It's not. It's fucking disgusting. It makes me fucking sick. I always say, I'm like, look at these models, babe. It's disgusting. It's not fucking attractive at all. Whoever got these women to walk down the catwalk or fucking pose, we should be like finding out who they are and being like, what's wrong with these fuckers? What's wrong with you, mate? You don't see women like that in men's magazines, you know what I mean? You get real women, like in your bloody, what is it, Zoo magazine? That's like an Aussie one that they bloody, quite popular. Anyway, I jump back in the comment section for a minute. Where the fuck was I? Born Nordic, do you live in the US? Nah, he's my mate. He lives around the corner. Coherent nonsense. Dusty Bogan is related to Mad Max. Bloody oath, the living legend Mad Max, eh? I forgot I was live. Just down the track from Dusty. That's fucking right, mate. He's the living legend. Born Nordic is like my ultimate. He's like the father figure. You know what I mean? He's a top bloke. Living legend. I'm inspired by him to do life well like him, you know what I mean? Just a top bloke. Where the fuck am I in the comment section? So thin, this is deadbeat. So thin they have to run around to get wet in the shower. Yeah, that's it, mate. So thin they have to run around the shower to get wet. That's right. It's just not right. You know what I mean? Dusty Bogan, lol. They want these women to have flat chests like 12-year-old boys. That's right. It's fucking disgusting. It makes me sick. I think to myself, like, it's just fucking disgusting. They have baby bird bodies, and most even still think they're fat, even if they are size 0. It's fucking disgusting. I can get you a job at the zoo. Bloody oath, mate. I can be the Dusty Bogan on Zoo magazine. Nah. Anyway, let's keep reading through the bloody news here. Old Deadbeat got to start work. Peace. Cheers, mate. Thanks for tuning in. Deadbeat, you're a living legend. You're a good fan. Where am I? What else we got in the news? I'm just sitting here on the Telegram, on the, what is it? Daily Telegraph. I don't know if that's a good news site to read from. But anyway, I can get us here, doesn't it? I was reading The Guardian, but, most articles are just fucked. Honestly. They've got like 3 articles here about Trump. Like, get over it, mate. Trump told get out of the way. US President Trump has ignited his feud with the mayor of San Jan, I don't know where it is, as Puerto Rico braces for Hurricane Dorian. Fuck you. Queen approves Boris Brexit Parliament plan. That's what I'm talking about. Good on you, Bojo. That's what I call them. Where am I? I've got another ad popping up. The Queen has approved Boris Johnson's bombshell request to suspend Parliament and stop Jeremy Corbyn's plan to block no-deal Brexit. The Sun reports that Her Majesty met with members of Privy Council today at Baltimore and an order to, I can't even fucking I don't even know what that word is, Parliament between September 9 and October 14 was given the green light this afternoon. Let's see what this means. I don't even really know what this means, but I'm sure we'll work it out in this article. Brexiteer and Lord of the Council Jacob Rees, blah, 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 blah. All these fucking weirdos were the three councillors who met the monarch on behalf of the PM. While the Queen decision is a boost for Johnson, it would have been unprecedented for her to refuse the request of a sitting PM. Number 10 would have expected this step and will now look forward fighting a Corbyn no confidence vote in the Commons. I barely know what that means. Like, follow this bloody British fucking politics. Just give it to me fucking straight, mate. The people need to know. I should just translate this shit into Bogan before I start reading it, you know what I mean? Johnson's bold move to block MPs from sitting in Parliament for around 5 weeks over conference sessions will give rebels less time to launch new plots to stop the UK leave on October 31. Okay, now I fucking get it. Good on the Queen, eh? So the Queen's like, yeah, I'll help you fucking get us out of this shit European Union. What a good old duck, you know what I mean? MPs would come back for a Queen's speech on October 14 under the plans just 2 weeks before the UK is due to leave the EU. Fuck, it looks like it's happening, baby. I'm fucking glad. Get this Brexit happening, and then we'll get Trump re-elected 2020. And then we're going to kick out fucking Anastasia Palaszczuk. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, God. I haven't sneezed in years. I just, like, hold them in. I have a fucking hernia. Nah. Anyway, I was reading the newspaper on the weekend, the Courier Mail, and they were saying how they've done polls for Queensland, my state, and they're like, looks like they're gonna fucking, everyone's had enough of Jackie Trad and a deputy, Jackie Trad is the deputy, and Anastasia Palaszczuk, our fucking premier. They're left-wing nutcases. They legalised late-term abortion. Fucking pot-bellied goblins. Anyway, Jackie Trad, she bought some property near like a new Cross River rail, this new underground train station. So she bought this land, and they're like, that's inside trading. She knew that was going to get approved, and she's going to profit out of it. And apparently, they're going to kick her to the back bench. And Queenslanders are like, these people are fucking scumbags, baby killers. And then also, I read another article saying how the people of New Zealand are sick of fucking Jacinta, whatever that bitch's name is, Jacinta Ardern. I always forget her name. Jacinda or Jacinta. I can't remember how to say it. But yeah, they did polls on that bitch as well, and they were saying they were sick of the PC political correct bullshit. So it looks like Queensland, New Zealand, we're going to get rid of our left-wing losers. And then Trump's going to be re-elected and Brexit's going to happen. It looks like it's going to be all good. Let's hope these trade deals and shit end up working out for us as well. You know what I mean? It could be fucking, we just got to be like the Pope in that elevator, you know what I mean? We just got to start praying that the fucking firefighters will come and rescue our asses from the political correct bullshit that's going on. Where am I? I'll jump back in the comment section for a minute. Where the fuck am I? Lisa, tell me more about this Anastasia politician lady, Dusty. Mate, she's a fucking two-headed goblin bitch, eh? I'm telling you. She, there was, the biggest bullshit. This is what I hate about her. Most I hate about the bitch is she put the late-term abortions in. It's just fucking extreme. And then the bitch lied to everyone in Queensland, right? When she got elected, there's a right-wing political party called One Nation, right? I helped old Malcolm Roberts in the state election. And they're living legends, One Nation. So when the state election happened, fucking One Nation came out and they said, we're defunding, we'll make sure that no gender fluid ideology will be taught in schools, right? That's what they said. It was a program that they were going to fund. The left-wing party was considering funding called Safe Schools. And you know how they always use a fucking name like that? They put a name up there and they call some radical left-wing fucking gender theory curriculum, and they'll be like, what are we going to call this? They're not going to call it dangerous fucking left-wing identity politics, fucking transgender rhetoric. They're not going to call that. They call it safe school. So when you go, we don't want the safe school bullshit. This safe school thing's dangerous. They'll be like, what? You don't want safe schools? The left is clever like that. They name all their shitty ideas some weirdo name. So if you disagree with it, you kind of sound like a bad guy for disagreeing. Anyway, One Nation said we're not going to fund this shit. And she said, okay, we're going to fucking adopt One Nation's policy and we're going to defund it. We're not going to have this program funded. She lied to us. They bought in this program called the Genderbread Man. So they bought that in. They rebranded it. And then last week, they had this fucking purple day that the left wing have fucking pushing in schools. This is another bloody celebrating purple day, where purple is to celebrate rainbow children, trying to indoctrinate primary school children about fucking, 0.01% of the population who are trans, and they want to normalise that. So that's fucking weird. But anyway, that's Anastasia Palaszczuk. She's a fucking mental case. She's just a left-wing nutcase who's going to get kicked out of the fucking politics next state election. Thank goodness. Where the fuck am I in the comment section? My missus just got home. Maybe I should wrap this up. I gotta go to the gym. I gotta go spend time with the missus before we go to the gym. Anyway, what was any fucking last bit in the... What were we reading here anyway? I've lost it. No, not that one. The Queen. Anyway, it looks like the Queen's doing something good. Good on her. Anyway, let's wrap this up. I'll fucking wrap this up. I'll tune in tomorrow and we'll do a fucking another rant in the afternoon at 4 o'clock Brisbane time. I'm going to get some consistency back. Hopefully get some super chats too. So cheers, mate. Catch us next time. Is that working? It's not. Catch us fucking later.